Problem number 3.5. The displacement of a particle is given by x is equivalent to t minus 2 whole square. Here x is in meters and t is in second. We have to calculate the distance covered by a particle in first 4 seconds. So here we will not substitute the value of time in the given equation because this is the equation of displacement and we know that distance is always not equal to displacement. So we will find the equation of distance and then we'll substitute the value of time in it and find the distance covered. We will also find the time at time t equal to 0. What will be the initial velocity of a particle? And what about the acceleration of a particle? When the velocity of a particle will become 0, at what time it will become 0? So in order to find the value of velocity and acceleration, we need to differentiate the equation of displacement. So here the equation of displacement is t minus 2 whole square. It is equal to t square minus 4t plus 4, and when we will differentiate it with respect to time, it gives velocity and it is equal to 2t minus 4 meter per second. And when again differentiating it with respect to time, then it will give acceleration that is equal to 2 meter per second square. Here 2 is a constant, thus we can say that the particle is moving with uniformly accelerated motion. That is, the change in velocity per unit time is constant. Now we will calculate at time t equal to 0 what is its initial velocity by the given equation of velocity. So here as time t equal to 0, we can see that the initial velocity is equal to minus 4 meter per second. So here it is equal to minus 4 meter per second. And we have calculated the value that is equal to 2 meter per second square. When velocity is equal to 0, then time is equal to, here 2t equal to 4, therefore t is equal to 2 seconds. So when velocity is equal to 0, time is equal to 2 seconds. It shows that when we draw a motion axis of a particle, this is a positive axis and this is a negative axis. At time t equal to 0, the particle starts moving in negative direction with initial velocity of minus 4 meter per second and its velocity will become 0 at time t equal to 2 seconds. So here let's consider it as its velocity will become 0 at time t equal to 2 seconds. And its acceleration is positive, that is 2 meter per second square. So between 0 to 2 seconds, the motion, this is the distance covered by a particle and the velocity is minus 4 meter per second, initial velocity. And after that, the initial velocity is 0 and the particle will again retraces its path in this direction, that is 2 to 4 seconds. Its distance covered is in this direction. So let's find the value of distance. We will find the equation of distance by the equation of motion, s is equivalent to ut plus half at square. As we know that here a is acceleration, u is initial velocity. So s is the displacement. We will take its magnitude, and in a straight line motion we know that magnitude of displacement is equal to distance covered. So here we will divide our time interval between a one dimensional motion, that is 0 to 2 seconds. Its value is equal to, when time is equal to 2 seconds, its initial velocity is minus 4. That is minus 4 into 2 plus half. Acceleration is 2, and here it is 2 square, that is 4. Thus the distance covered is 4 meter, because we are considering its magnitude only. So the distance during the time interval 0 to 2 is 4 meter, and the remaining distance is distance covered in time interval 0 to 2 to 4 seconds is, at 2 seconds its initial velocity will be 0. So velocity will be 0 plus half. Acceleration is 2 into 2 square, that is 4. We get 4 meter. So the total distance covered between 0 to 4 second is, from 0 to 4 second is 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8 meter. So option B is the correct one. Problem number 3.6. At a metro station, a girl walks up a stationary escalator in time t1. Let she covers displacement x, and time taken is t1, and let velocity is v. So velocity of a girl with respect to escalator is, which is a stationary, it is equal to x by t1. Now if she remains stationary on the escalator, then the escalator take her up in time t2. That is the velocity of escalator with respect to ground, because now escalator is moving. So displacement by t2. Now the time taken by girl to walk up on the moving escalator will be. Now we have to find that the velocity of a girl with respect to ground, and the girl walks on a moving escalator. Let the time taken by her is t, and this time we need to calculate. We know that v of girl with respect to ground is equal to velocity of girl with respect to escalator plus velocity of escalator with respect to ground, because we know Vg minus Ve plus Ve minus Vg, that is it's equal to Vg minus Vg, that is equal to velocity of girl with respect to ground. So let's substitute the value. Here it is equal to x by t1 plus x by t2, and displacement upon the time, it is equal to 1 by t, t1 t2, t1 plus t2, or the time taken by her is t1 t2 upon t1 plus t2. So here option C is the correct one. 3.7. In this, the variation of quantity A with B is given, and the figure describes the motion of a particle in a straight line. So we have to find that which of the options are correct for the given figure. Here, first option is quantity B may represent time. So yes, quantity B may represent time, as we know that on x-axis we generally take independent quantities, and we know that y is the function of x. In this, value of y depends on value of x, and here x is an independent quantity, and its value, when we change its value, it depends, y is a dependent quantity and it depends on x. So Here we can say that the time is an independent quantity and it does not depend on any other physical quantity. So we may take time on x-axis or quantity B may represent time. So here option A is correct one. And second option is quantity A is velocity if motion is uniform. So we can see that in velocity time graph, slope represent acceleration, and in this graph, this slope is a uniform accelerated motion. It represents acceleration, so uniform accelerated motion graph is this. And here, if we are talking about motion is uniform, so uniform motion is represented by this, that is parallel to x-axis. So here it's not valid, and as because it is uniform accelerated motion, that is change in velocity per unit time is constant. So we can say that quantity A is velocity if motion is uniformly accelerated. Here D option is correct for this and B is incorrect. C option is quantity A is displacement if motion is uniform. If A is displacement, then the slope will represent velocity. And at a point here, slope is represented by change in position per unit time, that is V. So we can say that here if motion is uniform, then quantity A is displacement. Here it is correct one because here the velocity or the position of the object is changing and it is uniform with respect to time. So this is the correct one and D is also the correct option. Problem number 3.8. In this, xt curve is given and we have to find which of the following options are correct for this graph. Here, first option is the particle is released from rest at time t equal to 0. So yes, of course, the time is 0 here and the particle is releasing from the rest position. It has some position up to this point, but it is released from time t equal to 0 and it is at this time it is at rest. So option A is correct one. Now in option number B, at point B acceleration is greater than 0 at this point. So here in xt graph the slope represents velocity and at this point velocity is constant, that is uniform, as it is its tangent is parallel to x-axis. So as velocity is constant, so acceleration is 0. Therefore this statement is incorrect. At point C velocity and acceleration vanish. So at this point we can see that the slope before this point the slope is decreasing and after this point the slope is increasing. So at this time or when this situation occurs, velocity and acceleration both vanish and this point is known as point of inflection. So this is a correct option. Average velocity for the motion between A and D is positive. We can see that the average velocity is decreasing with time. Here D has decreasing speed or velocity as compared to A. So it will be negative, not positive. So it is a wrong one. The speed at D exceeds that at E. We can draw a tangent and find the slope. We find that the slope at D is greater than the slope drawn at B. That is, therefore we can say slope at D is greater than slope at B. Therefore velocity or speed at D is greater than speed at E. So this option is also correct one.